Hello everyone, my name is Dee. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome back if you have been here before. Today we are going to be doing a quick little reading to see what your person's current thoughts are about you and about the connection. With that said, this is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest. If it does not resonate with you, then it is not meant for you. For pile 1, we have Tiger's Eye. For pile 2, we have Sodalite. And for pile 3, we have Rose Quartz. Hello pile 1, my Tiger's Eye pile. Let's take a look at what your person is currently thinking about you. Okay, what has been on their mind in regard to you and the connection itself. Okay, we start out with the Two of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, Judgment, and we have Temperance. So one thing that's coming up for me very heavily here is balance, in the sense that I feel like your person's trying to get their life in order first and foremost before they make some positive movement forward toward you. However, at the same time, I do feel like that positive movement forward toward you is something that's coming soon into the near future. The Two of Pentacles to me is going to bring up basically a balancing act or a juggling act. The Two of Pentacles to me would also indicate that this person at times has a preoccupation with their career or their finances. So it could be the beginning of this message that this person wants to feel more settled, stable, secure in their own life before making that positive movement forward toward you. They themselves could want to feel more balanced, like the Two of Pentacles is, again, this balancing, this adjusting sort of thing that they have to do. While the Three of Wands is a card of positive movement forward, and it's a card of confidence and self-belief. So them wanting to bring themselves more so into balance could be an indication that they're trying to build up their confidence in order to make that positive movement forward. With the Judgment card, there's a strong indication that this person has decided that they do want to make this positive movement forward. With that said, a part of the reason why they are, doing this juggling act, or part of the reason why they're trying to balance themselves out, part of the reason why they're trying to get themselves stable and secure is because of you. Like they want to, I see this message all the time. So it's basically like a message of this person wanting to make sure that they have their life together before they make positive movement forward toward you. They want to make sure that when they make that move, that they're able to provide you with a good life. That they're able to provide you with their time, effort, and energy, that they're able to provide for you financially or, etc., that they're able to provide you with support, that they're walking into this connection, confident or as the best version of themselves, versus somebody who's unsettled, unstable in whatever way, shape, or form they might be feeling unsettled or unstable. Okay, and I feel like with them, like they've already made up their mind. They are making positive movement forward toward you, and whatever type of work they're doing right now to get themselves there is all leading them toward you. And I feel like with the Temperance card, that's the card that's going to imply that there are romantic feelings that this person has for you. I would say like it goes above or beyond romantic interests. This person's, very much so interested in you. They do have feelings for you, and I feel like they're trying to balance themselves before making moves within this connection. So let's get some oracle cards out here. I feel like the Temperance card, it reiterates the balance message. I also feel like Temperance is going to imply that this person already gets let's say, a lot of comfort or emotional intimacy from this connection, to where they feel very safe and secure around you, to where they feel like they can confide in you and trust you, etc., and so on. They already, I would even say, have this sense of loyalty toward you. And again, I feel like a lot of the work that they're putting in right now has to do with them trying to ready themselves to be in a stable, committed relationship with you. And for those of us that are already in a relationship with this person, I feel like a lot of these messages apply. They might just, resonate in a different way, where this person's maybe trying to balance themselves out, get their shit together before they take this connection to the next step, or take your relationship with them to the next step that it possibly could be. So I hope that makes sense. We have paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. And I do feel like that's true of the connection right now. That there is a lot of happiness and joy that the both of you get from this connection. That the two of you enjoy your time with one another. And I feel like at times your person right now, they might have difficulty with the juggling act. Like they might have difficulty, or at least feel like they're not doing enough for you in regard to time, effort, and energy. But I feel like this person does put in as much effort as they possibly can, and are in fact doing their best. And of course, even with that, take it as it resonates. If this person's putting in absolutely no effort at all, then of course this might not be your pile. But I do feel like when it comes to this person, they're trying to put in whatever effort they possibly can. And I do feel like when the two of you get together, it is very joyful. The two of you have a lot of fun with one another. Okay, and we move forward to talking again. So talking again, to me, it brings up texting, reconnecting with someone, open up a dialogue, second chance back in each other's world. So maybe for some of us, of course, like a select few of us, this could have something to do with somebody that we've been reconnecting with, whether it's an old friend or an old lover or an old relationship partner. So maybe for some of us, that's just further confirmation. But for others, I feel like between the texting and the opening up a dialogue, it could really be in regard to any type of connection. Maybe there's times where the two of you can't exactly get together, but the two of you are talking each and every day. I feel like the opening up a dialogue is a strong indication that communication between the both of you is very healthy, and that this person is very communicative, and so are you with them. So the two of you do have, again, I feel like I said this before when we were just going over the tarot cards, that this person gets a lot of emotional intimacy from this connection, or emotional intimacy is a huge aspect of this connection thus far. Okay, we have I like you, and I like you again is going to bring up for me that this person is having, or has rather, romantic feelings for you. That this person has romantic feelings for you. Their romantic feelings for you are quite strong. They do like you. They're having a lot of, and I feel like that's something too, like especially, and I feel like it depends, like for a more established connection, this is maybe a connection that's constantly fun and joyous and exciting, and the two of you are still like dating one another even if you've been in a relationship for a long time. And I feel like if this is a newer connection, there's a lot of fun being had within this connection. And I feel like on top of all the fun and the flirtation and the chemistry, the two of you also get this very strong sense of feeling comfortable with one another, and feeling like you can be yourselves with one another. Okay, and lastly, we have the strategy card. And the strategy card, have a game plan, implement daily routines that support your goals, be clear about your desires. I feel like, to be honest, where this reading started, this person basically does have a game plan. Like they are trying to bring themselves into balance. They're trying to feel more settled, stable, secure within their own life. They're trying to build up their confidence. They want to make positive movement forward. They've already decided what it is that they are going to do. And I feel like, again, in that regard, they have a game plan for sure about moving this connection forward. I feel like also when it comes to being clear about your desires, I do feel like since communication is so healthy within this connection, for many of us, this person has perhaps been very clear or open and honest about what their desires are. And I also feel like it's important for you to be just as communicative with your person and to be clear about what it is that you expect and desire from this connection. So I do hope that that makes sense, my pile ones, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful weekend. Hello, pile 2, my sodalite pile. Let's take a look at how your person is currently thinking and feeling about you. Okay, what is on their mind in regard to the connection that you share? Okay, we start out with the artist. The Page of Pentacles. The Lovers. Okay. And we have the Ace of Swords. So I feel like right now when it comes to your person, they're very clearly, obviously into you. But with the artist and the Page of Pentacles, there is this sense of idealism and them. Like, I feel like this is something, especially to see the Lovers here as well. Like, the connection with you is something that they've definitely allowed to build up in their head before doing anything about it. So that's not necessarily a bad thing, but what I will say is there's a lot of idealism here between the artist and the page. Their feelings for you are very real and very strong, but I have this sense of like some of us might be waiting or have been waiting a very, very long time for this person to give us some clarity about the connection. Okay, and in the meantime, there's definitely been chemistry, there's definitely been sexual tension, there's definitely been you know, like there's been some fun times that y'all have had together. And I feel like the message honestly kind of changes a bit. Like if this is a newer connection, that message applies. So I'm just very quickly going to say that if this is an established connection in the sense that this is somebody we're in a relationship with, your person has been, like, let's say, planning this future between the both of you. And even though there's idealism there, there's a lot of love. And there is a sense of them doing what it is that they need to do in order to propel you guys forward. So if this is an established relationship, we've been going out a couple months, a couple of years, this person does view you as marriage material and is certainly planning on taking whatever next steps that they need to take. What I'm more concerned about is for people that this is a connection where there's really been not a lot of tangible positive movement forward. And if it's like let's say, so I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I'm not gonna, I guess, try to beat it to death here, but I hope that makes sense. Because if this is someone that there's been this connection with for years now, but there's really been no expression of feelings, I would just be a little bit wary because, again, this person is very into you. This person views you as marriage material. But to me, it seems as though they've done a lot of thinking and hoping and wanting and wishing, but they haven't taken a lot of action in order to move this connection forward into a more established relationship. And I feel like the Ace of Swords, even for those that have been waiting or will continue to wait, the Ace of Swords is perhaps, in my opinion, one of the most positive cards here because the Ace of Swords is indicative of clarity. So for some of us that have been waiting for this person for a while to express their feelings, to let us in on how they've been feeling, there's an indication of this person giving you that clarity and communicating with you about how it is that they feel and what it is that they've been envisioning for the connection and impending relationship between the both of you. Again, I just feel like it's more of a positive message if this is a very established connection, because there's a strong indication of us moving forward to whatever the next phase would be for us, whether it's moving in together, whether it's saying I love you, whether it is getting engaged, etc. There's, real positive movement forward being taken. And this person communicating with you and showing you. And not only that, but I feel like even for the more established connections, there's a lot of future planning. That's what the clarity and the communication is about. There's real tangible movement being made toward this future that the two of you want together. There's talks of the future. There's talks of, what it is that the two of you want in the future. And there's making solid plans and how it is that you're going to get there with one another. But again, going back to maybe the opposite end of this spectrum, if this is a connection where we've been wanting and wishing and hoping as well, and our person seems to be wanting and wishing and hoping, while there is positivity that we will be receiving clarity and communication from this person at some point, I do feel like we've been for a while now waiting on clarity and communication from this person. And they seem to be somebody who is taking their sweet ass time while they continue to basically pine over you. So I hope that makes sense in some way, shape, or form. Let's get some oracle cards out here. And honestly, I hope the oracle cards are a little bit less idealistic and more action focused, so that for those of us that maybe have been waiting for this person to let us know how they feel, that this clarity is something that's coming to us very soon versus something that we're just continuing to wait around for. Because if you've ever gotten a reading from me or listened to one of these where waiting comes up, I usually never recommend, I'll say what the cards mean, because sometimes we'll get a card like this is worth waiting for. But I personally never recommend waiting around for somebody else, because while we're waiting around for them, we are causing a disservice to ourselves by missing out on meaningful opportunities in love and in life for ourselves. So I don't typically like to recommend waiting, because we could be waiting around forever and a day for somebody to get their head out of their ass and make some moves toward us. So we have the card Game Face. Taking things very seriously, a competition, the look, in it to win it, fake it till you make it. So I feel like first and foremost, I feel like the game face would imply this person taking some type of step forward or trying to hype themselves up in order to do so. My thing that I almost want to focus on more so is the look, because I do feel like for those of us that have been in connection with this person for a long time, there is this certain look that they give us. There is this certain look that seems to convey that there is a lot of love for us, but they haven't exactly opened up about it yet. So I hope that maybe for some of us that's either confirmation or that makes sense. Okay, we have the card Mingle. Go to places that pique your interest, attend social gatherings, talk to and meet new people. Maybe that's more so along the lines of what I was just saying in regard to not waiting around for anyone, especially if we've been waiting around for this person for a very long time. And I also feel like, too, it gets very disconcerting when it seems like this person isn't making the move toward us, but they are meeting other people or dating other people. Like they act a certain type of way with us, but they never seem to communicate how they truly feel. And then at the same time, we're seeing them connect with others, and it just leaves us more confused and brings about a lot of mixed feelings or mixed signals in regard to the whole situation. And I feel like maybe, again, this could be some confirmation for some of us where we have seen this person that we are very interested in. I feel like for some of us, this connection is one of those, what I describe as a what-if connection. Somebody that's been in our life for a very long time, somebody that we've always considered marriage material or always had feelings for, and similarly, they've always considered us marriage material, and they've always had feelings for us. There's usually a lot of chemistry, a lot of attraction, there's a lot of, at times, feeling like or seeming like things are being led on, or like, I feel like a lot of times the vibe could be like you feel like this person has led you on. Although for some of us, I'm sure we don't look at it that way. But like for me, it's kind of like we get led on a lot by this person because they'll let this idealism or their feelings for us and their care for us slip out, but they'll never exactly directly express it to us and have that mature conversation. And I feel like it is very disconcerting when this person is meeting other people and not moving things forward or giving some clarity to us. And again, that could be a further indication that maybe it's time for us to also do the same, so that we're not perpetually waiting around for someone who at times likes to talk a big game or at times likes to make things weird between us, but never exactly does anything solid or tangible to move us and our connection forward with them. So I hope that makes sense, my pile 2s. As always, I apologize if I ever say anything that's harsh or hurtful. I'm never trying to be harsh or hurtful. I'm only trying to read the cards as honestly as I can. Okay, we have rewrite your story. And honestly, to me, I'm not going to beat the horse to death, but rewrite your story to how you would like it to be. Release, feel peace now, sleep subliminals. Again, for me, it's more so along the lines of, if this has been a very idealistic or idealized connection in your head, and clearly it's been a very idealistic connection in theirs, maybe it's time for us to begin to explore other opportunities within our love lives, because waiting around for communication and clarity from this person has already held us back at times in regard to other meaningful connections that are out there for us. And we have the friendship card. And again, I feel like this just goes more in line with the horse that I've been beating to death. That for a lot of us, this is a friend. This is somebody who we have a lot of what ifs about. For some of us, things have maybe gotten a little bit more hot and heavy than others, but for the most part, we have a lot of what ifs surrounding this connection, because there's always been chemistry and attraction and flirtation between us, but there's never been any solid communication or clarity about where it is that we want to go with one another. And I feel like this connection has been built up in your head, it's been built up in their head, but neither one of us are exactly making a move here. And at this point, it seems to just be continuing as a friendship for now. So I hope that this makes sense. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, if this does not sound like your situation, then the reading is not meant for you. But other than that, thank you so much, my pile 2s, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful weekend. Hello, pile 3. Let's take a look at what your person is currently thinking about you and about the connection that you share with them. Let's see, my pile 3s, what is on your person's mind in regard to you and the connection that you share with them. Okay, we've got the Queen of Swords, the 8 of Pentacles, the Empress, and we've got the Ace of Swords. So I, first and foremost, with the Queen of Swords and the 8 of Pentacles, I get this strong indication. I feel like it doesn't really matter at what stage we're at with this person. So newer, established, I feel like a lot of the messages will come out rather similar, unless I say otherwise throughout the reading. But the Queen of Swords and the 8 of Pentacles kind of brought this message that your person's a little bit intimidated by you. And part of the reason why is because of that Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is somebody that doesn't put up with anybody else's bullshit. Queen of Swords likes to cut through the bullshit. The Queen of Swords is, I feel like the Queen of Swords, let's say, demands the respect that she or he deserves. And I feel like even when we move forward to the Empress is this goddess figure. So it's kind of this message of, like, your person is thinking about how they have to seriously put in a lot of work to try to advance this connection forward, to keep you interested, to work on the connection, etc., and so on. And it's not anything that you've done or should do, etc. Like, it's not like this person looks at you as, like, let's say this person that's like, I feel like I'm not describing it in the best way, but I feel like your person knows that you won't put up with any bullshit. So they have to be on their best behavior. And that's not to say that this person is a crappy person that's not on their best behavior. I just feel like your person knows one misstep and they will lose you, because you're not going to put up with them. Like, you're not going to put up with anyone's bullshit. I feel like with that Queen of Swords, your person's looking at you as somebody who's very honest at times, bluntly honest. You're somebody who, again, is, let's say, demanding respect. You're somebody that is very intuitive, has a very good sense of judgment, and you won't put up with certain things. And I feel like aside from that, like, I would also say, like, partly this person would be intimidated by your beauty as well, because they are very attracted to you and they find you to be extremely attractive. But I feel like there's also that intimidation factor there, because your person knows that you're not going to settle for less. And if they are at times not putting in work, or not putting in time, effort, and energy, or not, acting in the way that you would want your partner to act, that you will cut ties with them or move on to the next. Okay, and I don't feel like that's a bad thing. I feel like it's good that you are, let's say, standing within your power, that you know your own worth. And I feel like when it comes to your person, that's something that's, like, I feel like that's something that they're also very attracted to. Like, they're attracted to the fact that you're somebody who knows their own worth and is very confident in themselves. They like the fact that you are somebody that's intuitive, that you're very honest, that you cut through the bullshit. Like, I kind of get this vibe that maybe for a lot of us, we don't really so much like small talk. We more so like to get into the nitty-gritty details of certain things. Like, we like to have these deeper, more emotional conversations with others. And I feel like that's another thing as well. Like, I just feel like your person knows that your bullshit detector is, on point, and that they themselves need to be willing to put in the work, or put in their time, effort, and energy if they want to keep this connection moving along. They have a lot of respect for you yourself having, so much self-respect. But I also feel like with the Eight of Pentacles, that just means that they're working so much harder to try to maintain a stable and secure relationship or connection with you. And I feel like when it comes to connections or relationships at times, there's often connections where there's one person putting in, 100% effort while the other person's putting in 20. And I feel like within this connection, you're putting in your 100% and your person's also putting in their 100%, because they know that you're not going to settle for, peanuts. Like, you're not going to settle for this person not, treating you with respect, kindness, love, care, supportiveness, etc. And I feel like too, for some of us, I don't know why this is coming to me, but hopefully maybe this is confirmation for someone, but I feel like for some of us, maybe those of us that are more so in relationships, although it doesn't have to be, like, we could have shared some stuff about our personal lives with our person, especially in regard to trauma, because the Queen of Swords can also bring up repressed or suppressed trauma. But if we're talking about it and communicating about it and being honest about it, then it's probably not repressed or suppressed anymore. And in that regard, I feel like that's another way in which your person knows that they have to be like, but I'm going to keep saying on their best behavior. And it's not, again, because they're a scumbag. It's more so them trying to be their best for you, because they know that they're dealing with the best version. Like, they know that you're giving them the best version of yourself. So they're trying to constantly and consistently be the best version of themselves. And I feel like them maybe, again, serving as confirmation for some of us, if this person's aware of certain things that we've been through, I feel like your person is working each and every day to show you that, like, let's say not everybody's the same, or they're trying to show you that they are willing to put in effort, that they are willing to show you that they could be a good partner, a stable, loyal, committed partner to you. And that they are willing to put in the work that it takes to have a happy and healthy romantic relationship. The Empress to me is mainly bringing up physical and emotional intimacy. I feel like this person looks at you as marriage material, and this person is looking at you as somebody that they do want to continue moving forward with in regard to this connection. I feel like emotional and physical intimacy are very strong between the both of you. I feel like you both feel extremely comfortable with one another. I feel like you both help to support one another. You both provide one another with a lot of love, a lot of care, a lot of support, a lot of depending on how long this connection has been going with one another. And I feel like with the Ace of Swords, there is very happy and healthy communication between the both of you. You know, the two of you, again, even just going back to the Queen of Swords and her honesty. The Ace of Swords to me, too, is just bringing up that there's a lot of honest conversations had between the both of you. And I feel like that's also something that might be different than what it is that we've experienced and what it is that they've experienced in the past, is that absolutely nothing is off the table in regard to what the two of you can communicate and conversate about. Let's get some oracle cards out here just for some additional messages. And the first card to jump out is physical intimacy, which was chewed up by one of my dogs. We have the topic is up for discussion. Choose healthy and balanced relationships, doing it for the right reasons. And I feel like if we have had some physically intimate times with one another, we are certainly doing it for the right reasons. You know, we do have a healthy and balanced relationship with this person. My pile threes, I hope it makes sense in some regard. Okay, we move forward to Made with Love. And I feel like Made with Love could be bringing up more so of the emotional intimacy. But we have a gift from the heart, sentimental, and offering or contribution, trying new things and being there, being supportive. And I feel like, again, this person is trying to show you that they can be there for you, that they will be there for you. They're trying to prove to you and provide for you what you need to feel like this is a stable, committed, romantic relationship. I also feel like for some of us, maybe we have just recently gotten a gift, or will soon into the near future be receiving a gift from this person. Okay, we move forward to Sunshine. Good vibes, happy times, positive attitude, things are going well, and the answer is yes. And I do feel like things are going abundantly well within this connection. I feel like you're showing up for your person, and I feel like they are showing up for you. I feel like as far as time, effort, and energy, it is 1000% reciprocated. I feel like you give your 100%, your person gives their 100%, and I feel like the two of you genuinely have very strong feelings for one another. And the last card to jump out into my lap is emotional intimacy. Healing relationships with self, inner child precedes a successful relationship. Love is energy. Okay, and I feel like this is a very well-balanced, physically and emotionally intimate relationship. I feel like even going back to the Queen of Swords and whatever trauma she might have, there is this strong indication of you healing from yours and them healing from theirs. And now the two of you, like let's say even with that Eight of Pentacles, that the two of you have worked on yourselves and now can successfully work on a romantic partnership with one another. And I feel like all in all, this is certainly a connection that can grow with and learn with one another throughout time. I feel like your person is consistently showing up as their best self. They're consistently trying to show up for you. And all in all, I feel like this person has a lot of love for you, even if this is a newer or fresher connection. And I feel like the feelings, the attraction, the physical and emotional intimacy between you both will only continue to get stronger as the two of you continue moving on with one another. So I hope that that makes sense, my pile threes, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful weekend.